He's the last man in prison to be messed with. The king of the fighters, the one that all the inmates fear. Mark was locked in the deepest cell in the prison. Every day he climbed along the walls, not to escape, but to train his body. While the others rested, Mark lifted weights. Even when he works, he picks the most exhausting job. When it rains, Mark still has to keep running. Why did he want to be strong? Because of the anger he felt in his heart. Before he went to jail, Mark was a famous engineer with a beautiful wife. But that night, there was a break-in at his home. He heard his wife's screams on the other end of the phone. By the time Mark arrived home, the woman had already lost her life. After a fierce battle, he overpowered the killer and took the bastard to court. But Jimmy was a rich kid. His father bribed the judge and the killer was acquitted. Looking at Jimmy's cocky face, Mark went ballistic. He grabbed the cop's pistol and shot him on the spot. This behavior was a provocation to the judge. So Mark was sentenced to life in prison. He was sent to the most dangerous prison in America. The inmates' daily pleasure was fighting. The warden even organizes crazy prison fights. The guards only had eyes for money. They robbed the new inmates of all their previous belongings. Even Mark's wedding ring was forcibly removed. This was just the beginning of his miserable life. There was a bloodthirsty and belligerent inmate in the prison. Tom's favorite thing was to bully the weak. John, who came to the prison with Mark, was often bullied. But the guards wouldn't stop this sick behavior. Mark heard John's screams almost every night. The next day he saw John in a terrible state. Mark remembered his wife's killer. The guards stopped the fight, but they only arrested Mark. Apparently, these men were in cahoots with Tom. Mark ended up in one of the dirty cells in the prison. It was the most horrible place in the prison.